Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Limitless Lauren. Today I'm going to be giving you 3 dinner recipes to use in your Power Quick Pot or Instant Pot. It is a pressure cooker. We bought this at Costco less than a year ago, I believe, and we love this thing. It has so many different functions, so many different cool features that you can do on here. I did a whole video breaking down every little piece of this Power Quick Pot, how to use it, all of the good stuff. I will link it below. It is actually one of my more popular videos. I think it is my 3rd watched video on my channel. We usually use it more for cooking meats or rice, but I wanted to expand my horizons and test out some dinner recipes. I looked on Pinterest for tons of different recipes and I found 3 that I wanted to try, going from pretty basic to more of a specialty dinner. So on the menu tonight is going to be spaghetti, just basic spaghetti. But what intrigued me with this spaghetti picture that when I was browsing on Pinterest, when it popped up, I saw that the noodles were not cooked and were just thrown in there. And I said, okay, I have to try this. I was looking up the reviews and it had very mixed reviews on there saying it didn't cook it very well. So they went back in and added some tips and tricks that I am going to implement to try to make sure I don't have any problems, because they said on this blog that it was so easy, it will totally change how you make pasta if you have one of these things. So let's just jump into it and make this because Liam and I are hungry. The first step is to saute whatever meat you're choosing. I am going to be cooking with turkey. I'm going to hit saute, choose beef and medium, and it is now heating up. And this thing heats up pretty dang fast, so I'm going to just start chopping it up. While this is heating up, I'm going to add my spices. I'm going to be adding salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin, oregano, a good amount of Italian seasoning. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm going to be adding a 1/2 cup of water, turning off the saute function, making sure that the meat is not stuck to the bottom of the pan. The recipe said that was very important, that people were having problems with sticking, so that's what the water will help. Now you're going to add the sauce, however much sauce you want. And it's okay if you still have some sauce stuck in there. We're going to use that. Just leave it to the side for now. We're going to combine all of this. You're going to take your noodles and you're going to break them in half. And you're going to layer them on top of the sauce. An important step, it says do not stir from this point on in the recipe. You're going to take 1 1/2 cup of water and pour it into the pasta sauce jar. Put the lid on, shake it up. And you're going to pour it on top of the noodles, making sure to really saturate. And it says you can lightly press down, trying to make sure that all the noodles get in there, because the recipe said you need to have water above and below the noodles. Let's see, I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna take a potato masher and kind of push them down there. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. We're going to put the lid back on, lock that baby up, and we're going to pressure cook custom. We're gonna pressure cook on high for 8 minutes. It takes about 10 or so minutes for the pressure cooker to come to pressure, and then it will take 8 minutes, so roughly 20 minutes, and this pasta will be done. Don't wander too far from your pressure cooker, because when that timer is up, the recipe says to take it off of heat immediately because we don't want some nasty, gummy, clumpy noodles. Am I right? I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna open the pressure release. This is a little intense. All right, once this is simmered down, I'm going to open it up. It says to immediately stir the noodles into the sauce. It's so steamy on the camera. Ah, yee. This cooked the noodles perfectly. I'm going to add some black olives. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I like black olives with pasta. And I didn't want to put them in before because I didn't want to mess up the noodles somehow. And after you're done stirring, it says to take it off of the heat element. Here is the final result. I'm so excited to try it. I hate cooking pasta. I just hate it. So this is a much easier way to do it. They're a little harder than I prefer, but still good. What do you think, Tay? I mean, they're not like super hard to where they're not edible. They're cooked.
Yeah,
they're just
firm.
Yeah, firm. This is actually pretty good. Dinner 1 was a success. I will see you for the next recipe. We are back for recipe number 2, and this one we are going to be making a white chicken chili. This is a little bit more ingredients, but pretty simple. There's 2 steps: cooking the chicken, adding everything in after the chicken's done. So let's just jump right on in and let's go with the first step, which is putting your chicken into your pressure cooker. Is that yummy? Does that look so yummy? It's raw chicken. Yeah. You can put it in there frozen or thawed. This is partly thawed. So I'm just going to put this in here with some water, salt, and then we're going to pressure cook it for 20 minutes. Okay, I'm adding 2 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to close this bad boy up. Go to pressure, down to poultry, medium. So I guess it's a little longer than 20 minutes. I'm going to turn this off and we're going to do quick release. It takes a couple minutes for it to fully release the pressure. I'm going to open that. Open the lid away from you so the steam doesn't knock you out in the face. I transferred the chicken to another bowl because I'm going to shred it up. I would highly suggest, if you have a detachable hand mixer, to use that to shred up your chicken. It's way faster and easier than doing it with forks. Once it's all nice and shredded, we're just going to dump it right back in there. The recipe says to leave the water in there and to not drain it after the chicken is done. This is where we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to be adding 2 cans of black beans, and I drain them and rinse them. I'm going to add a can of creamed style corn, leaving all the juices in there. Small diced onion, 2 jalapenos, 1 cup of salsa, a 1/3 cup of ranch, 1/4 cup heavy whipping cream. Now I'm going to be adding the spices, so black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of red cayenne pepper, cumin, and chili powder. I'm going to mix all this together. And last thing it says to add is the cream cheese, 4 ounces, cut into 4s, and you just place it on top like that. We're gonna pressure cook it again, custom, medium, 20 minutes. Smells delicious. Time for a taste test. Ugh. Smells so good. And I didn't add anything on top. You can add whatever garnishes or sour cream or salsa, whatever. It called for a lot of black beans. I probably wouldn't add that much next time because that's kind of consumes the meal. Probably 1 can would have been good instead of 2. But it is still delicious. Well, second dinner is definitely a win. 2 wins in a row. I am really excited for this 3rd recipe, so I will see you at the next dinner time. We have come to our last dinner, and I'm going to be making a vegan curry dish. I'm hopefully saving the best for last. I haven't had curry in I can't remember the last time I had curry. I had to get some specialty items like coconut milk, the curry powder, things I didn't really have laying around at home. So if you want an idea for a meatless dinner, this will be a good one. Taylor is doing the dishes behind me. Don't mind all the clanking clatter. Oh my gosh. This recipe is 10 ingredients. What? I'm not opening this. This would be terrible if I opened it. Look, he dropped it. Okay, this little helper, you're not being very helping, little Liam. So the first step I'm gonna be attempting to do is cutting up the onions, sauteing that. That's the first step, so. Those are tongs. Onions, spicy onions. We're gonna add some olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. And we're gonna throw some salt in there. And we're gonna turn on the saute function. And I'm gonna do the vegetable option. I'm now gonna add the ginger, and the recipe calls for fresh ginger, a tablespoon. I couldn't find fresh ginger, so I got ground ginger, and it says to use 1/4 of a teaspoon compared to a tablespoon since you're using the ground. After that has been settled for a couple minutes, I'm going to add the tablespoon of garlic minced. Now we're going to add the curry powder, and it calls for 2 tablespoons. And it says just stir this in until it coats the onions. Now you're going to add a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, keeping the juice in because the juices will help take off the burntness off the bottom of the pan. Now I'm going to add a drained can of chickpeas. Then you're going to add a can of coconut milk. Oh! We're going to add some more salt as well. I'm going to turn off the saute function. So I'm going to mix this in until the coconut milk is all dissolved in there. And then we're going to pressure cook this on high for 5 minutes. While the curry is cooking, I'm gonna cook up some rice. My rice cooker, I'm using the basmati rice. We got this huge bag from Costco, so we use this. I do 1 cup to about 2 cups of water. Timer went off. I'm gonna click that off and do the quick release. All right, it's looking good. The last step is to add spinach. It says 8 ounces. I found a 6-ounce container. I could dump all that in there. And you're just gonna mix it in until it wilts. And that's it. And then you serve it over rice. Let's see. Let's get a good bite in here. I hear Liam saying, It is good, huh? It is very good. It tastes healthy. This is Liam's first time having curry, and so far he is really liking the chickpeas. Another solid winner. Wow, all of these recipes were very good. I'm very happy I came across all 3 of these on Pinterest. There were so many more too, but these ones are winners. Those are my 3 dinner recipes to make in your Power Quick pot or your Instant Pot. Check out the links below if you want to try out any of the recipes for yourself, just so you can get a breakdown of the step-by-step, the ingredient, the amounts, all of that good juicy stuff. We got our Power Quick pot at Costco, but they do not carry it anymore. I saw that Walmart carried it, but it was out of stock. I will try to find one that is still available. This also works in any high pressure cooker that you have. Liam even loved all of these meals. He's almost 2.5 years old, and I wouldn't say he's picky, but he is kind of picky. And he even ate seconds on all of it, except the curry. Because he's being a little sassy, as you can hear in the background. But he ate all of it, and even for lunch the next day too. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! But wait.
Before you go, I'll miss you so please subscribe to my channel and like this video.